everybody. How's it going? Thanks for joining me today on the Sean Wolfslegel Cybersecurity channel. Really great to see some people here in the chat. Got 3 folks, so pretty excited. Thanks for diving in with me today. We're going to go ahead and get into offensive security and what that means for cybersecurity in general and what the differences are between offensive security and defensive security. So without further ado, let's dive in. All right, so chat is live. So if you want to ask any questions as I go along here, feel free to add them in the chat and I'll go ahead and respond to you in real time. And yeah, so we'll start off things here on Try Hack Me. So, and also too, if I'm having any audio issues, feel free to let me know in the chat also. So far so good. I haven't had any audio issues, but if I do, yeah, definitely let me know, please. All right, so what is offensive security? So Try Hack Me says to outsmart a hacker, you need to think like one. And I tend to agree with that logic. I think that the best defenders are usually the best hackers, offensive security professionals. Definitely makes a difference when you actually know how to break into a system, because then inherently you know how to defend it. So it's a good logic to keep that in mind. I definitely think that some of the higher paying jobs are in offensive security, and you will find that a lot of the respect in the industry goes to the offensive security professionals, because what they do is crazy. I mean, it's really cool, crazy stuff that they can do. Defenders like myself, we spend a lot of time building policies and such, but offenders, well, I don't want to say offenders, that's not the right word. Offensive security professionals go in and they actually know how to break into the systems, like red teamers or pen testers. So kudos to those guys. Thank you so much for all the stuff that you're able to do. My goal, I'd love to be able to do this offensive security stuff. However, I'll be honest, I'm not there yet. So we're going to do it together, though. So this is the core of offensive security. It involves breaking into computer systems, exploiting software bugs, and finding loopholes in applications to gain unauthorized access. The goal is to understand hacker tactics and enhance our system defenses. Okay. So it wants us to review these answers, review these questions below and then answer them. So which of the following options better represents the process where you simulate a hacker's actions to find vulnerabilities in a system? Offensive security or defensive security? All right, chat. Anybody have any thoughts? Anybody want to add anything in the chat? Or I can just go ahead and type it in here. It is offensive security. All right. Throwing us an easy one. Oh yeah, man. I agree with you, William. I totally agree with you. I would love to be a certified offender as well, and well, not a certified offender, but certified offensive security professional. So probably not good to be a certified offender, right? that'd be pretty bad. But all right, let's do hacking your first machine. So here at Try Hack Me, we use virtual machines to create simulated environments that serve as practical complements to rooms. And in this room, we have prepared a fake bank application called Fake Bank that you can safely hack. To start this machine, which we did, we started the machine. We just got to wait for it to load up. Also, hey, while we're waiting for this to load up, William, later on in the chat here, we're gonna get into along my tabs here. I have some stuff about different offensive security certifications. Maybe you're familiar with it, maybe you're not, but for anybody else who's watching, we're gonna get into that a little bit. So pretty excited. All right, let's see. So your screen should be split in half. Yes, it is. And what's the goal here? Your first hack. We're going to use a command line application called GoBuster. Let's GoBuster. Let's take a look. All right. GoBuster is a tool used to brute force URIs, DNS subdomains, virtual host names on target web servers. Open Amazon S3 buckets, open Google Cloud buckets, and TFTP servers. Sweet. and probably, oh yeah, written in Go language, so awesome. Okay, so GoBuster will take a list of potential page or directory names and try accessing a website within each of them. If the page exists, it will tell you. So you got to open a terminal. All right. Use GoBuster to find hidden website pages. So most companies have an admin portal page giving their staff access to basic admin controls for day-to-day operations. For a bank, an employee might need to transfer money to and from client accounts. Due to human error or negligence, there may be instances when these pages are not made private, allowing attackers to find hidden pages that show or give access to admin controls or sensitive data. To begin, type the following command into the terminal to find potentially hidden pages on fake bank's website. Okay, so let's do GoBuster -u http fakebank.thm, and it wants us to use this word flag, text, and directory, and then we'll see what happens. All right, so it's going to run through this, and I guess we're going to get a list back of all the different subdomains that we get. So we got images, and we got bank transfer, and we got these two different status codes, which I don't know what the status codes are off the top of my head, but we can dig into that a little bit further. Okay, so command will run and show you an output similar to this, which we did get. In the command above, -u is used to state the website we're scanning, and -w takes a list of words to iterate through to find hidden pages. So we got our -u, which is the website right here, and our -w, which is a list of words to iterate through to find hidden pages. Now, wordlist.txt here is something that exists right in this box that you can use, and you can create any kind of word list. And I remember that from being in TryHackMe before, but you can, there's different word lists that exist online, so you can just go ahead and download those, and then probably from things like GitHub, and there's probably other repositories you can find just by Googling it, and then from there you can actually go through and use those to try to attack whatever it is you're trying to attack and understand what's there. And I believe that this is called the reconnaissance stage. So, like I said, I'm not a red teamer, so this is new for all of us here. You will see that GoBuster scans the website with each word in the list, finding pages that exist on the site. GoBuster will have told you the pages in the list of page directory names. Okay, so we got the 200 means that it is actually there, so that's cool. So we got /bank transfer. So I guess we have to take the secret bank transfer page and then add it into the end of this then. Cool. All right. So yeah, this would be really bad if this was actually real. So thank God it's not. It'd be pretty crazy if you could actually just get in there and transfer money from one account to another. I would hope that no banks in 2025 have this. From this page, an attacker has authorized access and can steal money from any bank account. As an ethical hacker, you would, with permission, good point, with permission. So that's what separates the good guys from the bad guys. You got to get permission first. With permission, find vulnerabilities in their application and report them to the bank to fix them before a hacker exploits them. Your mission is to transfer $2,000 from bank 2276. So we're going to send $2,000 from 2276 to your account 8881. 8881. Okay. Oh wait, send from. Yeah, sorry about that. 2276 to 8881, and we want to send 2000. And hopefully that gives us our flag then. All right. So go there now and confirm you got the money. So return to your account. And we got our flag. So if you've never done a CTF before, this is a good way to get started. Get on TryHackMe. Highly recommend you create an account. It's free to get started. This is in no way a sponsorship. I just love their platform. It's awesome. And yeah, I think that you'll find that if you do that, you can get a lot out of it. Okay, so we'll submit that flag, and we're good. And it says, if you were a penetration tester or security consultant, this is an exercise you'd perform for companies to test for vulnerabilities in their web apps and find hidden pages to investigate for vulnerabilities. Cool. All right, terminate the machine. We can do that too. Let's do this. Terminate it. Okay. All right. Bear with me here, chat. I don't know what's going on with my browser here. There we go. Complete. Could be that I'm using Safari instead of Chrome or something else, so, or Brave or anything else. Okay. So how can I start learning? People often wonder how others become hackers, security consultants, or defenders. And the answer is simple. Break it down, learn an area of cybersecurity you're interested in, and regularly practice using hands-on exercises. Build a habit of learning a little bit each day on Try Hack Me, and you'll acquire the knowledge to get your first job in the industry. Yeah, so I would say along with watching my stuff here on YouTube or Rumble or X or wherever you're watching me at, you can definitely go out to Try Hack Me and create yourself an account and go ahead and follow through. I think that you'll find that there's a lot of good stuff on here, and you'll get a lot out of it. So, and these are the different roles that you can do: pen tester, red teamer, and security engineer. I would say more so pen tester and red teamer for the offensive side. Myself, I was a security engineer, and I can tell you that most of that is going to be involving blue team, which is defending systems. But anyway, let's take a little break from this, complete this room up, and yeah, that'll be it for Try Hack Me today. Let's dive into what is worth your time in cybersecurity for Red Team. So first, a little news for anybody who hasn't heard. So InfoSec magazine published this on the 24th that Bybit offered $140 million bounty to recover funds after their mega crypto heist. So if you haven't heard the news, this is absolutely crazy that Bybit has gotten hacked and they lost all these funds in their crypto. It's massive. It's the biggest one ever, apparently. And I kind of wonder if they were practicing good cyber hygiene, if they had offensive pen testers, if they had somebody who was a good security engineer, would these things have ever happened? I mean, you got 1.4 billion in cryptocurrency that was lost. That's just maddening. I can't even imagine that. And so I think that like where I'm tying this into when it comes to cybersecurity and offensive security specifically is if you have people who are testing your systems and making sure that they're not problematic, then you don't have to worry about things like this. So definitely bad for Bybit. Hopefully they learned their lesson, but I think that they had a huge loss at 1.4 billion. Like that's just, like I said, insane. So these are the kinds of things you can do if you are an offensive pen tester. So let's go to OffSec. OffSec. So this is kind of the standard for when it comes to your certifications in offensive security. If you want to be an ethical hacker, if you want to be somebody who gets into the weeds on the red team stuff, this is kind of the big starting point. Well, I don't want to say starting point, but the big goal. If you get this OSCP, pretty much the general rule of thumb is that you're kind of a shoe-in wherever you apply to, because OSCP is kind of the gold standard. However, you see this number right here, 1,749. That is not cheap. So there are other alternatives out there that exist to get you in this industry that are not going to cost you an arm and a leg. And I definitely don't recommend starting with the OSCP. I would say this should be your goal to get there, but probably not the right place to start. However, if you have almost $1,800 to, go ahead and use, then, definitely go for it. Definitely go for your OSCP. Maybe you have an employer that's sponsoring you and, they want you to get that OSCP. By all means, definitely get in it and do it. I would say a better place to start for most people, just because it's a lot more affordable, would be TCM Security. This is a great resource as well for learning ethical hacking. So if you've never heard of him, the Cyber Mentor is really good, and he got me into cybersecurity a little bit years ago. Just his YouTube channel is fantastic. And I'll post that in the comments in the chat after this video is uploaded on YouTube, and you can go ahead and review it. And yeah, his stuff's really good. But PNPT, anyway, PNPT, learn how to hack, then prove it, is basically it's kind of copied off of the OSCP, not verbatim, but it's the same kind of level, and it's actually come a long way since it got introduced years ago. Highly recommend you start here. They have great live training that you can go into. They have recorded training sessions that you can use and learn on their learning platform. But it's only $499. I mean, that is a much better price to start off than, what was it, almost $1,800 for the OSCP. I mean, that's a no-brainer. I would say start here if you want to become an offensive teamer or red teamer, whatever you want to call it, penetration tester. eJPT is another one, junior penetration tester. So you have this red team certification. The only thing I'll say about this INE is that they've had a little bit of a I don't know how to put it, like their reputation has kind of weaved in and out over the last couple of years. I've seen things on LinkedIn, I've seen things on X where people are like, INE's good, INE's bad. So I don't really know what to make of it. Hey, Beer Scott, how you doing? So I don't really know, what to make of it, if it's really worth your time or not to do eJPT. But I want to put this here because this is also a recommended starting path. INE has done this for years now, and they have a really good name in the industry. I would say that your chances of succeeding in this career field, if you decide to go down the red team side, are much better if you start here or if you start with the PNPT. And then there's this other one too, which we'll get into eventually on the Try Hack Me stuff, but Portswigger's certification for Burp Suite. And Burp Suite is just a really awesome tool that you use to actually get into web application security, and any kind of like websites in general, how to break into those and understand what's there. And it's awesome. We'll get into Burp Suite a little bit later. I'm very rusty at it. I haven't done anything with Burp Suite in a very long time. And just like anything else in cybersecurity, what you don't use frequently, you're probably going to lose it. So I would say if you have something that you're niched into, definitely come back to it regularly, so that way you get good at it. So like for me, AWS is one area that I have to be good at, but not so much Burp Suite, but I would like to be better at it. But yeah, anyway, this is a good certification to get into learning how it works. I didn't even give you guys the price for this, but the thing is, I'll go down a little bit so that way you guys can see their website isn't my favorite design. It's actually kind of tricky. You have this fundamentals for $299, and then you have this premium for $749, and I mean you get all these extra things, right? You get training content, 3,500 hours of training content, and I'm just kind of like, I kind of wish they made it a little bit more streamlined, to be honest with you. Like I understand that like you can come down here and pick out your certification. I mean, comparing it to like the PNPT, it's just not as good in my opinion. But anyway, yeah, there's the Burp Suite certified practitioner from Portswigger, and then you have this great SANS resource here, which is penetration certifications through SANS. So you have the GCPN, the GPEN, and the GCIH. These are also a little bit more expensive, on the more expensive side. So I would say if you can get an employer to sponsor you for these things, it's better for you to do that, because these things cost a little bit more money than what I wish that they did. Let's start with GPEN though. You can go ahead and go to this website and look up GIAC certifications and scroll through the website. It covers over pen test planning, scoping and recon, scanning, exploitation, post-exploitation, and pivoting. And yeah, basically anybody who's going to be a red teamer or an ethical hacker, you would want to go ahead and get in here and start here. But there's other ones too, like this GCPN and the GCIH. Any of those would probably be good. And these SANS courses, these SANS certifications are worth so much to many people inside of the cybersecurity industry. It would definitely get your foot in the door somewhere. There is this one right here, which I don't know why it didn't. Okay, well, anyway. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what happened there. Technical difficulties. Again, I got to get the Jeopardy music here. I got to get the Jeopardy music so that way whenever these kinds of things happen, I can just, like, you know, click a button and then make it happen. But EC Council, Certified Ethical Hacker. This one here, I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant for a second. I would not do this. I would not do this unless you want to get into like government positions. If you want to get into like DoD contracting or any kind of government positions, this would be the only reason why I'd get a CEH. Their exams are not going to be like the real world. Like, you're not going to actually be going in there and actually pen testing a system. It's not realistic. It's basically a quiz that will give you like bullet points, and maybe they've changed it since I last looked at this. I might be wrong here. So to EC Council, if I am wrong, I'm sorry, but I don't think I am. I think the last time I looked at CEH, it's just a quiz. And to me, that's not worth your time. I definitely don't recommend doing CEH unless you're going to get into DoD work, because DoD positions a lot of times require CEH. So that'd be the only reason why you should get it. As far as like what it's going to actually give you back in value for your time, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. So, and then the last two things I got for you today, chat, are these right here. This is Kali Linux. Most of you probably have heard of this. Most of the world, I think at this point, has heard of Kali Linux. This is the de facto penetration testing Linux, and it is really good for getting into systems. It has all the different software that you need already built in. Highly recommend. If you've never downloaded it, please download it. Check it out. Learn it a little bit. You shouldn't think of it as, it's a tool just like any other tool. You shouldn't make it your daily driver. Don't install it directly on your machine. Install it in a VM, like VirtualBox or something like that. UTM, any of those different virtual software, VM softwares. You definitely want to not put this directly on bare metal. And then this one here is something I haven't played around with myself, but I do know that it's a big one now these days, is ParrotSec. And I know not Try Hack Me, but what's the other one? The other one is Hack the Box. Yeah, Hack the Box is really good, and they have ParrotSec as their system whenever you get on there. And so you could go with either Kali or Parrot, and both of these are, I mean, you'll be in good shape. So, yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. This was just kind of a brief intro into the world of red teaming. Tomorrow we're going to dive into networking, which is what you really need to get started in either blue team or red team cybersecurity. And I think it should be fun getting into some of that networking stuff. And I really appreciate everybody who's joined live today. Thanks for hopping in, William and Beerus God. Really appreciate you guys joining in on the chat. It was great to have this live audience today, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, and hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and talk to you later.